Hello, hello, hello. Making sure my mic works okay. Let's go here. All right. Sorry, just getting this synced in. What's up, the Shahzads? How's that go? What's going on, man? So I'm live streaming on both Instagram and YouTube right now. So I'm apologizing. I haven't done this before. I'm just trying it out. Handsome brother. Well, thank you. Thank you. I try. Let's see if I can do this. Bump that up. All right. That. All right. So what I'm doing today, Instagram has your better side. It's been gypped. What's going on, everybody? So what I wanted to do today is earlier on Instagram, I put out a Q&A that was kind of just some questions people might have. And I'm going to be kind of looking back and forth with YouTube and Instagram. So apologize. But so I got a few questions today and I wanted to kind of go through some of them, answer them. And I know some people are had some goofy questions, which I liked. It made it more entertaining. So I'm just going to go through one of the first ones that I got. A lot of people know after my last video, I've been doing a little 5-day fast. And it's been quite the adventure this time. I think I'm down like 5 or 6 pounds when I weighed in last. I started at like 193-ish, and I was like 189 or so. It's four-ish pounds, and it kind of fluctuates. But it's something that I kind of like in my last video I mentioned I did it a year ago, and I had some great results with it, even though it made me sick because I did it completely off coffee and everything, and I got just migraines like crazy, and it just was miserable for the first day or so, and then it got much better. So it's something I think you all should look into. I posted a link in my last video that kind of had some articles regarding it that would be helpful tools if you were interested in learning more about it. Here's a question. I've started a YouTube channel, and do you have any tips for new YouTubers? The biggest thing I think I run into, especially even with Instagram or any kind of content creation, is the hardest part is starting to do it. You just have to sit down and almost like draw out a plan and be like, I'm going to post this many times a week, and this is some ideas I have down, and you just need to make that first video, picture, whatever the content, podcast it could be. You're never going to you're going to make excuses until you actually do it, because you're always going to say, I'm not quite ready to put out a video yet. It's not well edited. It's not blah, blah, blah. So I would just encourage you to just put something out there, regardless if it's maybe not your best quality. Bad quality beats never coming out, in my opinion. And I think a lot of people in the creative world and business world would agree with that, is when you start something, if you're thrilled with your first product or whatever it may be, you waited too long. You're probably well behind your competition or whatever it may be. So that's something I would just say is start putting out content. No matter if you feel good or bad about it, you'll learn it as you go. And every big YouTuber, for example, what we're talking about, if you go back to their first videos, they are so hard to watch. They're cringeworthy. They're just not well done, but they found their stride eventually, and that's what you got to do. So I hope that answers that, Big Sky Golfer. That's a good question. A lot of people have it, and a lot of people want to start something. So let's go to another question. I had one on here that I thought was interesting. It was somebody said they're starting an online golf fitness business. How should they take reoccurring payments? So this is actually something I can kind of speak to, in the sense that I've had several product businesses in the past that I've run, and I haven't really dealt with reoccurring payments, even though I know this platform has them. But I was really thrilled with using like Shopify Now, Shopify is kind of an online store slash website. If you have products, digital products, any kind of thing like that, you can basically use a template, build a website, and then send people directly to there if you pick up the URL. So it was super user friendly, and it has a ton of like plugins that you can use to kind of add things in. I know reoccurring payments was one of the options on there through another company, but I encourage you to check out Shopify. They had some great stuff, great templates, all that kind of stuff to kind of help you get started on maybe reoccurring payments. So let's see here. I know the Sweet Spot had one in here, Keith. Yeah, what's your go-to shot shape, and what was the rest of it? And does it change with how you're swinging? Well, it's kind of changed over time for what shot I prefer to hit. It's usually it used to be a cut all day long, and I loved playing that. And then I recently played with some regular size grips. I used mid size, and I was like hitting these baby draws all day long, and it was really attractive to me. I picked up like 5 yards, and I was like, this is fun. But with my new grips that I just got in, I got the Golf Pride MCC4s Plus. So they got the no taper and they're mid-size. I can't hardly turn the ball over. So everything's kind of a straight to a small cut with every club. So it's kind of nice. Big Sky Golfer's got his shot as a fade too. Awesome. Yeah. I mean, you'll see a lot of great players in the past always played a fade. It seems like recently, though, when you watch the PGA, that a lot of these guys are playing a draw. Like I think Jason Day, think Spieth does. I mean, a lot of these guys that probably weren't super long when they were younger probably play a draw, I would imagine, because that's usually a common thing. It tends to not change from round to round for me, though. I usually like to just stick with what works and just keep aiming for that shot. And like I said, I like to play straight to like a small fade. So if I have a target, I'll count on like a 5 yard, 3 to 5 yard fade if at worst case scenario. Other than that, I'll just try to hit it pretty straight, relatively straight. So let's go through here. So I had a question on here. What crime can I commit fast that will help me get money so I can play golf and listen to pop music? First, I'm going to answer this one. So Big Sky Golfer is, who is your favorite pro golfer? I'd have to say my favorite pro would have to fall under probably, I'm left-handed, so I've always been a Mickelson fan for life. But I'm really starting to like, I'd say Justin Thomas has always been up there for me. Xander Schauffele, that's relatively recently I've enjoyed watching him play. I don't know if I can say favorite yet because, I don't want to be that guy, but he's an awesome player, obviously, and that was so crazy what he did at Kapalua. That was intense, and I mean, good for him. I wanted Gary Woodland to win because, I like Gary, and he's been through some stuff the past few years. So, you kind of cheer for the underdog sometimes. Back to that question, it was, what crime could I commit fast that will help me get money so I can play golf and listen to pop music? Because this kind of comes from, I posted on Instagram and said, these are the things that I'm well versed in. It was golf, finance, true crime, fasting, and pop punk. So I added that there, and some people took those questions quite literally. And so, what crime could you commit fast to basically pay for your golf? Well, if we're going to entertain that idea, I think something along the lines of Oh man, the ones that I hate the most is probably the easiest way to make money, and that is the the um, how would you say, prank calling of elderly people to get their credit card information. I see that all the time, and I even get the calls, and it's the worst. And I love to just stay on the phone with them and give them a hard time. And it's just fun to mess with people that are trying to rip you off. So I encourage you, if you ever have that, you talk to them for a long time. I have some recorded messages where I talked to a guy for like 20 minutes and had him go through the spiel like several times, and I just kept playing stupid, and he just was getting so frustrated with me. And I was just like, I'm just not quite understanding. I have my credit card right here. I'm ready to give it to you, but I just need clarification. And so eventually he kind of caught on. Probably by the fourth time he was repeating himself. So, you know, I wasted a little bit of time on him, and hopefully he'll stop being a scumbag one of these days. We got zero handicap in there. I do the same thing. Yep. See, it works. You gotta waste their time because that's what they're doing. They're trying to call as many people as they can in an hour and try to get that money. So least I can do is waste it. I missed your live stream a couple days ago, and I know you're giving away a prize, and I'm sorry I missed that, but it looked like it was a good set of prizes. So I'll have to get on there next time. Sorry about that. But yeah, I got Big Sky Golfer saying Gary is cool. Gary is super cool. I have to say, under Tiger, there's nobody that seems to hit a stinger better than him. And I mean, he's had those videos on social media where it's just him hitting stinger after stinger. And then when he played, was it this last week in the Sony, he hits that stinger, and the camera like tried to follow it up in the air, and then it was like, oh, there it is. And it was just something you don't see a lot of guys, or I don't see it a lot from the fairway. I see it off tees a lot of times. So it's a good shot, and it looks great from all the camera angles. So Zero Handicap says, I plan on doing it every Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern. So Zero Handicap, check him out on Instagram. He does giveaways. Sounds like every Sunday, so 9 p.m. Eastern. Go check it out. All right, man, keep it up. Got to run. All right, we'll catch up later and chat some more. So let's go to the next question I got here. What golf trips am I going on this year? So I'm kind of going to address this in a video coming up soon, but I actually leave Monday for Florida. I'm going to the PGA show, and I'm going to make a whole video about how that all kind of came to be. It was not expected, but it happened. It worked out. I made some things happen that I didn't think would work. And so I leave Monday, and I'm really excited about it. So I'm going to be playing a ton of golf down there. I'm going with my buddy Caleb. He's joining me. He's going to help me out with a lot of the filming and documenting while I'm there. And so then I'm going to come home from that. And then in May, early May, I'm headed to Wisconsin for 5 days. And my buddy lives there. I've never played golf over there. So we're going to knock out like Erin Hills, Lawsonia, and then Sand Valley. Obviously, we're doing 3 nights there. I'm trying to think, was there another one? I think that might be it, though. So Wisconsin's going to be pretty crazy. It's going to be a good time. I'm going with, I think, 7 other guys. I think there's 8 of us total. So it's going to be insane. I hope to get a ton of content while I'm there and start making some more videos. I've been in this rut where I'm making videos basically in my house and maybe at the dome where I can practice. And I just feel like I feel bad because I want to put out better content, but the weather just doesn't allow me to do that right now. So I'm working on that, and I'm hoping to just stock up as much as I can in Florida, Wisconsin, and by that time it'll be summer in Alaska, and I can get a ton more content. So that's kind of the game plan for me. And then maybe there's potentially another trip in the fall. I haven't locked it down yet, but that one might be an Oregon trip. We were supposed to we're supposed to hit up Abandoned Dunes next February, but I just got word that it sounds like it's booked through Abandoned's completely booked February 2020. So we might need to find an alternative or go a little later. We're still in the discussion process of that since there's a bunch of us that are trying to go. Sorry, keep taking a drink. I got, like I said, I'm doing a fast right now, so water's kind of my food. So I'm just trying to stay hydrated a bit. So what am I contact too? Because I live in Montana. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean that makes sense. I mean Montana probably gets it. Well, I know it gets its fair share of snow, and the weather can be rough. But yeah, it's spring to fall is where you got to get all the content, and that was my biggest deterrent from ever starting a channel on YouTube or really putting a lot of content into Instagram. Is that our seasons are so short that I have to kind of not recycle, but get a bunch of content and then release it slowly through the months. And I didn't really want to do that because when people know it's winter in Alaska and I'm posting a picture of like July in Alaska, I just kind of don't feel super, I don't know, authentic maybe is the word. It's just like you're not really doing that right now. You saved this picture for 5 months and now you're posting it. So it is what it is. I gotta just continue to pump out content, and YouTube's really helped with that, being able to put out a couple videos a week. I'm still torn on what to do for Friday because it's a par five Friday, and I usually film it all week long and then am able to put it out Friday. So I got to figure out if I'm actually going to do that this week or if I might wait till the weekend or Monday to post the next video. So the Par 5 Fridays are pretty fun to do. I just got to figure out if my schedule is going to allow me to do that because I have a lot to do before I leave Monday. So that's kind of the conundrum I'm in right now. So looks like we got somebody in here, Natalie13. What are you talking about, dickhead? Must be a friend. Anyways, let's see here. A buddy of mine asked me, do I want to be his date to Taking Back Sunday? So Taking Back Sunday is a pop punk band from back in the day and a great band from my younger years. Most people know who they are. Well, they're coming up to Alaska, I think, in 2 weeks. And my buddy's band is going to open for them. And he said that I could get his +1. And so I'm trying to figure out if that's actually going to work. Would love to take the wife, go relive our younger years. So yes, Stephen, I would love to be your date as long as I can bring my date as well. What's another question we got here? What clubs do I use? So I did a video a while ago about what's in the bag for 2018. And it's actually my most viewed video right now, which I don't understand. I guess what's in the bag is a popular topic for a lot of people. But right now I'm rocking for drivers, a Callaway Rogue, for 3 woods, a Callaway X2 Hot. My hybrid's a Ping I-20. Then my irons are Titleist AP3s. Wedges are all Callaway, with the emphasis being on the 60-degree Phil Mickelson grind. And then my putters in Odyssey number 7, cut down with a Super Stroke grip. It's probably cut down to like 33 inches, super short. I'm probably 6 foot, and so 33 inches is pretty short for me, but I've always preferred just using a shorter putter versus standing more upright with my putts. So all stiff shafts. All the grips are kind of getting transferred over to, like I said earlier, is a Golf Pride MCC 4 Plus, so the non-tapered mid-size. So they make it hard for me to snap my hands through and I rarely will ever hit a draw or a hook unless something goes way off. So that answers that one. Let's see what else we got here. Where is the favorite place you've played? So this one's kind of a tough one. I've played a lot of places now that I can kind of think of that would be up there on my favorites list. What's going on, Josh? Hey, man. Yeah, I think the last time I just finished Bannon Dunes last February, which was an awesome trip. I've been to Pebble Beach area. I didn't play Pebble Beach. I played Spyglass, Poppy Hills, and all those. I've been down to Phoenix and played some cool courses down there that I couldn't recall the name of last time I got asked. But I still think that Bandon has to be up there on my favorites. I just played Kapalua Plantation when I was in Hawaii last time, and that was pretty insane. Playing that course and then just getting to watch it 2 weeks ago was just super cool. It was a great course, and I would go back there in a heartbeat to play again. Josh says Quail Valley. Where Quail Valley? Where's that one at? I know there's a couple quail courses, but I know there's one really nice Quail Valley. I just don't know where it's at. So what I want to do is, I think when we go to Wisconsin, I think Sand Valley will probably be up there on my favorites. From all I've heard, the two courses there, Mammoth and the Dunes or Sand Valley, whatever it's called, is supposed to be pretty amazing. It's one of the same architects as one of the courses of Bandon Dunes, so it's got a great reputation, and that architect has put together some great courses. So I'm hoping that one will make the list. Erin Hills is going to be a bucket list course that I play. I don't know if I'll love it because I know it's going to be a bit challenging, but that kind of makes it fun too. So we'll have to see. That's an open-ended question because I still love Spyglass, and I haven't played that in 15 years, and I can still remember a lot of the holes and a lot of things that happened. Big Sky, what's your handicap? So I just got my updated handicap in the email. It is a 5.3 right now. So that's the goal, one of my goals that I made kind of in the new year, and I put it on my goal sheet that I did a video about, is to get it down to a 2, I believe is what it said. At first it was a 3, but then I said, hey, why not? Let's shoot for the stars and do a 2. So that's just that's how it goes. You got to set those goals that are kind of just outside of your reach, and then grind really hard to get there. So between getting a bunch of content this summer and filming everything I can, et cetera, it's going to be difficult to shave those 3 strokes off, because that's going to require a ton of practice and a ton of focus. And when I'm filming out there and taking pictures all the time, it tends to not have a lot of focus. So what's the next question? Oh, yeah. So what kind of gear do I use to film? So this was in one of my videos just a little bit ago. And actually, I just got some gear for it, and I'm pretty excited about it. And I posted a picture today of the camera that I use. The Canon M50. So I just did some upgrades to it that just came in like 20 minutes ago. So this is what I'll be using for all my video content and pictures. So it's on a Joby pod or a Gorilla Pod right now. I have another one that I'll probably be using up into kind of an extension arm where I can mount my mic. And then here's the Canon M50, obviously, this one has the kit lens on there of 15 to 45, so it can zoom in and get that wide angle still. I don't have it's the 11 to 22 that is kind of the wide angle vlogging lens. But this one actually works pretty good at 15. And then I just got this, and this was super cool because I'm looking forward to using this like whenever lighting is kind of bad. I'm going to turn this on. It's super bright. and this thing can like go up even higher. And it's just a USB charge. It's the brand's Aperture. Put that up there. And so what you can do is you can take this off right here. And so it becomes like a little thing that you can put anywhere. So if you're trying to deal with lighting and you don't have good lighting, you can turn it up all the way and use it as kind of a light when you're recording somewhere, maybe in a hotel room where the lighting kind of sucks. So that's my favorite little thing that I just got, and I'm super jacked to use it. I'm going to be doing I'm playing a night golf round while I'm in Florida. It's the same place. If you go check out Coach Rusty, he played the course that we're going to play, and it's looks pretty awesome. It's just all floodlights or stadium lights shining down on the course, and it's a little 9-holer, so it's awesome. Joe plays golf. What's up, man? That's an awesome setup. I'm still working with an iPhone only. Yeah, to be honest, iPhones do a great job. If you have a newer iPhone, you have 4K capabilities. You have slow motion up to 240 at I think 720p. So really, you have all the possibilities you need in there. What you need to do is probably get a third party app. I use Moment a lot, and I can't show you on my phone because I'm using it, but they make these cases that have a lens mount, and you can get the lenses like a wide angle, telescope or a tele lens, and fisheye, all these different lenses. And go check them out. I think it's I can't remember. I think it's at Moment Lens, and so they make super cool stuff. So I have the case, and I use their lenses a lot of times. And then they came out with an app. And so the app allows you to adjust like shutter speed and focus and all the things that you can kind of do on a full size DSLR. And so you're going to need that if you're kind of wanting to make better quality content, because a lot of times what's built in, the automatic stuff in your iPhone, isn't always the best for all the situations. And you should be able to adjust things if you need to. So check out Moment, and yeah, check out Moment on there. They make a ton of cool tutorials. People are filming like whole movies on their iPhones now. There was a horror movie that was out in theaters called Unsane. I never saw it, but the entire movie was shot on an iPhone. And so they used an app called Filmic Pro, which allows you to kind of adjust all the settings. And he shot the entire thing on an iPhone. I mean, that movie was in theaters. So that tells you the kind of quality that people are able to pump out. So Big Sky, that camera looks spendy. The camera is actually very affordable. It's one of the most affordable kind of mirrorless cameras out there right now. You can get like the camera and lens for right around like $599, and that's pretty cheap at the end of the day for something that has endless possibilities. And this thing, I've put some money into it, like with the mic and the lights and stuff like that. But if something ever happened and that got stolen or broken, it's not going to break the bank for me. Versus some of these guys that are walking around with a $5,000 camera, a $4,000 lens, and I don't know. I mean, they're talking tens of thousands when they put their whole setup together. So it's like, my $599 camera is, I mean, it's good. It does 1080 at up to 60 frames per second, so I can still get that slow motion. I can't do the 120 like a lot of people like to do, but it does the job for me. So that's what's important. So let's see. I kind of plan on doing this for about a half an hour. 6:30 right now. I kind of started I'm up to 29:34. Let's see here. Favorite shows on Netflix. This is always a good one because I'd have to say my favorite show easily is The Office on there. I've watched The Office since I was probably 21, so a lot of years. We'll just say that. I've seen every episode multiple times. It's pretty disgusting, and I know a lot of people share that love with me. And it's right there, see, Big Sky, I love The Office. it's one of those shows that just always makes me feel good. I can come home from a crappy day at work or whatever and just uh, chill out, watch an episode, and I'll just feel so much better about it. It's it's one of those shows that I don't know why it just makes me feel good. Kevin's my favorite. Yeah, Kevin's hilarious on there, and I love that he's an avid golfer. He just posted a picture, I think, of him playing some PXGs out at some desert course. So that guy's living his best life now. I'm sure he's set from the office, and I know he just probably plays golf all the time. So I'm jealous. That's how it should be. So other shows that I like, Parks and Rec's a good one. Is always a good pick me up as well. Um, in terms of, I really liked one show, even though it only had one good season, but I see that season 3 is out, is True Detective. I'm always a big true crime fan, and um, I know they came out with the first episode of True Detective season 3. I think it's just the first episode. Maybe it's the whole season. I don't know. But the first season was amazing. The second season sucked. It was bad. I don't even know if I watched the whole thing, but I think that got rated so terrible. It was rough. So those are a couple of bipolar things. I got The Office and Parks and Rec, and then you got True Detective over here. So I dabble. Well, let's see. We're up to 32 minutes right now. My wife's just about to get home, and I need to make sure that dinner is all good to go. I usually get off a little bit before her, so I try to take care of dinner stuff as best I can. I don't always do well with it, but she gets off usually around 6:30 in Alaska time. So last thing she probably wants to do is worry about dinner for the most part. So if you were married or have a significant other, you should always try to make their life easier. I'm not going to give too much marriage advice, but that should always be your goal. And that plays into something else too, because my wife knows how much I love golf and how much I love to play it and go on trips and everything like that. I don't think if I was a bad husband, I think my trips would get a little bit more pushback. I I get no pushback. She encourages me to go follow this stuff and go play and go have fun because I try to take care of everything I can at home to help her out. And so that's just like a little tidbit if you have somebody in your life that, you know, you need to communicate with, that you love golf and you want to do it all the time, is make sure that you're kind of pulling your weight too, because it's just the way to do it, in my opinion. And I've only been married 2.5 years now, so who knows? I don't, but that's my guess. So, anyways, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Big Sky, thanks for all the comments and everything like that. You're a champ. Joe Plays, thank you for commenting on there, and everybody else. Appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm going to do some more of these more often. I just am really enjoying being able to connect with you guys like on this level, and it's better than just doing comments and just saying, hey, thanks, or whatever I'll say to you if it's a general comment. So this way I can actually get to know you guys a bit better, and we can connect and chat and just be two people that love golf or whatever and go that way. So as always, I hope to have a video out Friday. I can't promise, but I'm going to try my hardest. I got a few days to put something together. And then next week is going to be kind of a big week for me. And so I'm hoping I can have some stuff out for you guys. So stay tuned. But thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you guys later and hope everybody has a safe night. All right. Bye.